Good afternoon. Welcome to Brother Roberts Field on the campus of Beverly High School as the Beverly Panthers are going to take on next-door neighbor Danvers Falcons. I'm Rich Francis along with Al Visnick and the coach, Tom Donovan. We're going to be bringing you all the action today for what looks like a beautiful day. It's a little chilly down here, but it's a beautiful sunny day. We can't really complain too much. So the Falcons coming in. Just coming over from next door, like I said, taking on the Panthers. Al, we'll start with you. What do we expect from today's game?
Well, Beverly's going to be looking for a little bit of revenge, Rich. Danvers took it to the boys 7-1 the first time they played. But right now we got a tight race going on in the conference, jockeying for second place in the dun behind Gloucester. Danvers comes in with a 4-3 conference record, 5-5 overall. And Beverly's 4-4 in the dun and 4-5 overall. And Beverly is going to try to keep things going. Big win yesterday, 8-0 with a Graham Gavin no-hitter against Saugus. And Danvers is going to try to do the exact opposite and try to reverse yesterday, take it out of their memory on the short end of a 15-1 score against Swampscott yesterday.
All right. So, Tom, you joining us today. Your kind of day today, isn't it?
Well, it's a great day for a game. I still think it's going to get really cold really quick, having played and coached on those fields for so many years. But it's nice to be here. Matt Mello, the Danvers coach, played for Peavy the 1 year I went over the coach to help out Tony Pacello, and this took a year off. And his assistant coach is John Salatino, and who's also on that team. So I actually wore my Peavy baseball jacket today to help them remember who I was and might recognize me a little easier. And they did right away. So it's because I'm back with my Beverly hat on.
There you go. Al, who would like that jersey?
Jay Bellew.
There you go.
Jay, we're going to Jay Bellew is from Peabody. He bleeds Peabody blue.
Yeah.
Really?
So, we're going over ground rules right now. Everybody's shaking hands. It's very cordial. This is Beverly Youth Day today, by the way. Beverly Little League kids are invited to come on down. They're doing some giveaways, some paw bracelets, tattoos, stickers, things like that.
Have they done this before in the past, guys? Because I know all the years I
Not
coached.
that I remember of.
We never had a day for the youth for baseball. Basketball we did. But.
So before the game, Al and I were able to get a little bit of information from our buddy Jared McKay. Jared was telling us that his next-door neighbor, Stephen Jake Holbrook, their young son, William, is a two-time survivor of cancer.
Oh, wow.
And he's going to be the bat boy today.
Good for him.
So that's
nice.
Really cool to see him out there. We'll
awesome.
see there. And so if you happen to see a little kid running out there, it's not some kid randomly running out there. He's got a job to do.
Yeah, nice.
And Coach Cahill was all for it.
Yeah, it's a kind of a great thing. As you said, neighbor of the McKays, and Jared was nice enough to fill us in on the family story. And Cal went to Coach Cahill with the idea that since it was Beverly Youth Day here for Beverly Little League, asked if William, who loves baseball, a member of the AA Red Sox this year in Beverly Little League, could be the bat boy. And John was all for it. Said, he loved the idea, and just getting a little bit more info on his love for baseball.
Yeah.
William developed quite a relationship with Barack Holt, one of those guys who played for the Red Sox and put in countless of hours at the Jimmy Fund and still does, and kind of flies under the radar a little bit here, but truly one of the good guys who played for the Sox.
Yeah, and William was able to develop that relationship while getting treatment at the Dana-Farber Cancer Hospital. William's favorite food, I hear, is pizza.
Oh,
heard that
yeah.
too.
Hopefully he's able to get himself a slice or two after the game.
Seems to be a popular choice among kids.
And we should make sure that he shares with his sister Emily. I can't, hog all the pizza.
I saw his buddy Henry down there with William's mom.
That's great stuff.
Speaking of Beverly Little League, they got opening day this Saturday.
And they have the parade coming, and I can't tell how happy I am to hear that having the parade.
A little different route than you're used to, Tom.
Well, listen, back then I made the Major League Yankees when I was 8. They used to have an alternate back then. I made it when I was 8, and I marched my first parade. They met down Beverly Savings Bank downtown. They marked up Carrot Street to Bessie Baker. And it was always led by the St. Mary's Cardinals back then. now it's led by the Beverly High School band. In fact, is the high school band playing?
I
know,
have
is it
no
just the
idea.
kids?
I just know
Probably not.
I know it's going from the Centerville School
Yeah.
to Harry Ball, and BevCam will be there with some drone footage.
Oh, nice.
It won't be broadcast live, but the folks will be able to pick it up.
So we got Micah McManus on the mound today. That
Starting
looked
off with
like
the
a
strike.
Yeah.
Again, now we talked about pitches, right? Pitching from the stretch. I don't see many pitches with the full windup anymore.
Balls upstairs to Jack Kukuru, the leadoff batter.
I understand this kid runs the bases very well, so this is one of the kids you want to keep off the bases.
Yep. He's got 9 stolen bases on the year.
Nice breaking ball there by McManus. Good left to right action.
Al, you had mentioned the no-hitter yesterday. We got a gem from Graham Gavin. Really, that pitch count thing that you're always concerned about was never really an issue for Graham yesterday.
Yeah, he had 70 pitches
efficient.
going into the 7th inning, so great outing. And Micah is looking to replicate that. Goes full here in the first batter.
Again, you want to keep this kid off the bases. You can put the ball in play. Let your defense do the work.
And
Got him.
Struck him
Nice
out.
job.
Good listening by Micah McManus was tuned into the coach and kept him off the bases as instructed. Gets the strikeout.
Yeah, the Panthers.
Good job, Tom. You should coach up every batter.
There you go. Panthers defense out there. We got Danny Pierce at second. Cal McKay's in right. This is also the batting order. McLean is the DH. We'll get back to that in a second.
Josh Hendry, the catcher, steps up to the plate.
Was that a strike? I could not see that.
I could not either.
Matt had Mello had a lot of great things to talk about this young man, the catcher here.
I think he
Josh.
started catching as a freshman. Did he
Yeah.
not?
Yep.
Great student.
I do remember that, Al.
Good kid,
we
works
did it
hard.
Before.
Was that last year, his freshman year? Is he a sophomore? Do you know what year he's
I'll
in?
have to take a look
I'm
at
not
that
sure.
roster we've got.
The years are starting to blend together for
I
me.
know.
There's a strike.
Yeah.
I had the
players,
opportunity to meet Teddy Fisher before the game. What a nice boy. And 3 sports star. You don't see that too often. He started in football as a sophomore.
Breaking ball. Reyes getting over there. Makes the play. Strong throw.
Strong throw.
Ooh,
Nice
just
throw. Nice
gets him.
throw. Yeah. Yeah.
Good hustle by Josh there.
But getting back to Teddy's 3-year start, in football and plays hockey and started here in baseball, only sophomore. It's nice to see you get him around for 2 more years. I mentioned his grandparents. He knows me and my wife are good friends with his grandparents. You get known.
There you go.
That. John and Ellie, the nicest people.
We got Chase Richmond here. Again,
I don't know if that. I think he checked his swing, but he called it a strike.
Yep. Looked like it was outside, but then again, we got that screen in front of us. The camera sees a little bit better than we do. Strike 2, we think.
From this angle, Al, I don't know if you can see it like I can, but that typical lefty, I had the same pitch being a lefty. My ball would tail away from a righty. Nothing fancy, just the way I threw it. And
Got him chasing 3 pitches.
Same pitch.
I like the way you see his pitches tailing away from the right-hand batters.
Yeah, Tommy, I threw that pitch as well.
Did you?
That was a pitch that worked well.
But it was a pitch that was in your repertoire you're talking about.
That's a pitch I relied on a lot.
Yeah, they talk about, they have more different names for pitches now,
Yeah, I mean, it was essentially what they would call, what I threw was essentially a 2-seam fastball with it. I just used to call it a tailing fastball.
Mine, if I threw it a little bit more sidearm, it tailed away a little bit more.
Yeah, same. But back in those days, you didn't have to have a huge repertoire. You needed a fastball that you could locate, and then
fastball and curve. That's all most
something
people have.
else, right?
Yeah.
Whether change up or curve or whatever. Now everybody's got like.
Well, you remember the drop?
Well,
Al, you hear that? My brother Danny had a curveball. It would come in and it would drop.
We call that the 12-6 curveball.
12-6 curveball, yeah.
12-6 curveball.
Aaron Seeley.
Haven't heard that.
I
haven't heard that term for a while.
I threw that curveball way too much in Little League. It was unhittable, but that's why I stopped pitching. My elbow was killing me.
Yeah, that'll do it.
First time I tried doing it, I took a one-hopper off the chest.
You threw it in the dirt
So
in
I
front
said-
of you and it bounced up and hit you?
No, I threw it.
Yeah.
I threw it. The ball hit it at one bounce right up into the chest. Right? Just boom. It did not get to the 6. So on the mound, we've got Bryson Clark, another lefty,
Yeah.
lean-looking lefty over there. It looks like he may have a similar kind of pitch. That ball.
Yeah,
that's
that ball
gonna take.
sailing away a little bit too.
Yep.
So what are you going to do, Al? You got to adjust, right? You got to tell your hitters move up on the plate a little bit.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we got. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I mean, if you're, looking for that curveball, you need to see where it's going to try to come in on you or it's going to pick up the outside.
Yep.
If it's middle out, you just got to stay patient and hit it the other way.
Yep. Danny Pierce, the leadoff batter.
Micah was working outside,
Yeah.
so
It's changing up your locations, right?
yeah, if I was
Ball.
facing Micah, I'd step closer to the plate, and
Yep.
if he came inside on me, I'd just stand there and get hit.
And then it hit you, right? Yeah.
Talk about getting closer to the plate and closer to the mound. I'll tell you a story later between innings.
That ball moved quite a
Falls
bit.
up, yeah. 1-2 is the count. Danny Pierce. Let's see, what did Pierce do yesterday, Al?
Speaking of 3 sport athletes,
Yes.
as you were earlier, Tom, about Teddy Fisher.
Danny scored 2 runs yesterday on a walk and a hit. Ball 2. 2-2. It is quite breezy if you notice the flag out in center. The last 2 games have been pretty breezy, too.
I do feel like it wasn't quite as brisk as yesterday, though,
Yeah.
although the air temperature's cooler.
Ball in the dirt, absolutely. It's a lot cooler, actually.
Full count.
I'd say it's about 10 degrees cooler.
It's going to get colder.
Yeah, so this is one game we hope the umpire strike zone's pretty big. Like that, I guess.
It's too close to look at Danny Pierce. Come on, buddy.
So Clark picks up his first K. Right backwards if you're at home, kids.
And speaking of K, here comes Cal McKay.
Oh,
He's having a good year.
Although he spells it with a C.
I know. Going with the phonetics.
I know.
A Rich Francis favorite.
Speaking of phonetics, folks, if we butcher your kid's name, remember it's because the coaches don't give us phonetic alphabets. Alphabets and phonetic rosters that falls down. Relatively easy roster to call today with Danvers. And since Kookaroo is a Gloucester name, I'm pretty sure I'm
Yeah, you're
getting
very
that one
familiar with
right.
that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a great rivalry through the years. Beverly Danvers has always produced some pretty good baseball games.
Yeah, back in the day when Roger Day was coaching Danvers baseball, but he was teaching in Beverly, I'm sure the kids always got up for those games.
What was the
Breaking ball outside.
left-handed pitcher for Danvers who went to Winchendon, who locked up with some great battles with Noah Guanci?
Josie
Samages.
Samages.
Yes.
Ground ball to short.
He's not going to throw
Cal's
him out,
gonna run.
is he?
Nope. And gets past the first baseman, but the catcher's down there.
Good hustle by
Backing
the
up.
catcher.
Good hustle.
Excellent job.
I was. I'm not sure he was going to be able to throw Cal out. I mean,
No.
his speed down the line is outstanding.
Yeah, he gets that extra step on the as a left-hander.
And he's only a
batter.
junior, right, guys?
He's got good speed, yes.
Yeah, I like him.
I'm not scoring that a hit, Rich.
Yeah.
Especially since his outstanding idea to bring William down for the bat boy. That's extra points for
Right,
me.
exactly.
And Case McKay's mother, Amy's working today down the Hill Street. Hello to Amy. She said she had the game on last time we were announcing.
Hey, Amy.
What's that?
Colby McLean.
We shuck
now.
them, you suck them, right? The teacher say we're down there?
The
I'm
DH.
not sure.
Yeah.
Breaking ball inside.
Known for wing night, like most places.
That was last night, right? Wednesday's win.
I
wing
don't
night
know.
or something.
Sure. I don't know.
Gets crowded on wing night.
Any place you go, it's crowded on
Yeah.
wing night.
Colby McLean had an RBI yesterday.
Ooh.
McLean fouls that one off.
Looked like the hit and run was
I
on.
was just going to say, yeah, it did look like a hit and run. He was off on the pitch.
Yeah, and he was trying to go to the right side with
Yeah.
it, so.
Yeah. They've also been trying to protect himself from that. But. Slide step, breaking ball in the dirt. Strong throw.
No, he's safe. He got. You know what? The ball.
Ball didn't get there. He had to take it in
Good
front
slide,
of
yeah. What was he doing? He's calling him out.
Okay, they called him out.
He called him
What?
safe, didn't he?
I thought so.
I went to put the stolen base in the
I
bag.
did too, yeah.
Did he step out the bag? He tagged him or something? I'm positive those hands were not safe. Where's the replay?
You know, I saw the safe call and I went to the book
Except
to
for
write
the
them, so I
SB.
didn't see what happened.
Yeah.
So.
I wonder if he stepped off the bag like you said.
Yes.
Had to be. You know, Cahill came out to talk about it, but he went to. I thought he'd be talking to the. You know what? I'm wondering he's calling batters interference.
Oh yeah.
That's one of the best. That's why he's talking to the plate umpire, not the base umpire who made the call.
Because Colby did come across the plate when he swung, right? Because it was an outside
Right,
pitch.
yeah, yep.
So I'm wondering if his own momentum
Yep.
carried
Guaranteed
him
that
across
You
the
can
dish.
see it right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
They are talking the umpire.
So how does that go? Is that like a stolen base and interference
No,
for the out?
no
or
stolen base.
It's not caught.
It wipes out the stolen base.
Is it
Doesn't
caught
it?
stealing?
Yeah.
It's not.
I'm not too sure how they.
I don't think it's caught stealing.
No.
But real quick, Al, I'll be shocked if you don't know the answer to what pro team I got this from. But we're playing Salem one year, and they had a kid named Cecil. I'm drawing a blank on his last name.
Cecil?
Cecil.
Oh,
And
Cecil,
This kid could flat out hit. He would get in the batter's box. He was so far up in the box, he was almost like on top of the mound. He wanted to get the ball as soon as he could. He was a fastball hitter. And he hit 2 bombs off Jeff Andrews' foul. So Andrews was up 0-2 in the count. So 1-1 game is late on the 6th inning. I call timeout, have a conversation with Andrews. This is all planned out. I go back to the bench and I look at Andrews. You know what? Forget it. Just put him on. And Andrews looks at me like, what? Come on. I'm up. Put him on. So our catcher stood up. Just ring a bell. Put his hand out. Ball 1. Put a hand out. Ball 2. Ball 3. Andrews comes to the belt. Catcher stand up. Hands out. As the pitch came, he snuck back in. Snuck the fastball right. And Giardi yelled to him, heads up, be ready. He snuck up on him. He wasn't expecting it. That was on the shoulders.
You crafty devil.
You remember that game?
No, I don't.
Cincinnati Reds, Johnny Bench. The Reds, Sparky Anderson. I'm trying to think of who we did against, but that's where I got the idea from. The Cincinnati Reds that pulled it off.
Jason Walter is up at bat now. That was a ball, I guess.
So 1-1. I think the first pitch was a
1-1,
strike, right?
Yep.
That's very crafty. I like that.
Yeah, it worked right to the tee.
Well, Tommy was crafty. I played on a team that was victim of Tommy's craftiness.
1985
Probably
freshman
1985 or so, yeah.
team. 85 freshman team. Kowalski and LeClaire played for me, right?
That's a strike, yes, yeah.
What'd you pull on him? Hidden ball trick?
The Texas, as I think
Texas.
you guys called it, right?
The right-hand pitcher came to the belt, backs off the rubber, so it's not a block,
Strike
and
3.
fakes the throw to first real hard, fake ball right back to the glove. The first baseman has to sell it. He dies like it's a bad throw, gets up, goes running to his right field. The right field, the whole bench even comes running out, looking down the right field line. The kid took off a second, pitched to the ball.
Throws to the second.
Second out.
Yep. I was on the team. I was not the runner. I could tell you who the runner was, though. I do remember that. That's a ball, I guess, huh?
I don't want to know. He might find out where I live.
That play was pulled off not too long ago in college baseball.
Yes.
I caught that online.
Wichita State?
Maybe?
Yep. And in fact, we called to play Texas because we thought Texas had did it to Miami. But it was actually Miami did it to Texas. But you're right. It was on Facebook not that long ago. And Wichita State was the team I think that pulled it off or got caught on it.
I'd give you a trivia question now that you brought up Miami.
Go ahead.
Strike 2.
What local baseball player played third base for Miami when I think they won the College World Series, and then went on to have a pretty significant career as the third baseman for the New York Yankees?
Struck him out, Mike Pagliarulo.
Oh, good
yeah,
job.
Yeah.
Pags.
From
Very good.
Medford?
Yep.
Right? Yeah, I remember him.
Pags played one amateur baseball game for the Winchester Pirates.
That's it.
Played against the Somerville Red Sox on a Sunday morning. Came up,
Strike.
first at bat.
Home run.
Of course. I watched that ball go out when that left the infield. Holy cow.
Who was pitching?
I was playing the game.
Ball,
I wasn't pitching. I was playing third base.
Okay.
It's going to make it 0-2.
Do you know who's gone as soon as he hit it?
Oh, my gosh.
Man, it's 0-2 right now. Oh, high fly ball to center field.
Cam McCon.
That's going to be
Charlie Salerno up there.
Charlie Salerno out there.
Back from the DECA
Yep.
competition that we never told on what
yeah.
DECA meant.
All right. That was Beckett Wodarski, by the way.
Wasn't
Caught
Charlie
up in that
playing shortstop early in the year?
No, left field.
Left field? Oh.
And did a little pitching. Was that 13 pitches again? I
Yes,
guess
13 again.
13 and 13 for 26.
Well, the game's moving like you want it.
13 Mockingbird Lane.
Munsters.
The
Herman
Munsters.
Munster.
Yeah, Herman Munsters.
Dun,
13,
dun, dun, dun.
13. Mockingbird Lane.
And that Marilyn was the
Cousin Marilyn,
the
the
weirdo,
ugly-
the weirdo on
She's the black duck, right?
yeah, right, the black sheep of the family.
Black sheep of the family, right? Yeah, Cousin Marilyn. Pat Priest.
Yeah. That was her name in real life?
Yep.
Pat Priest?
The original, I think they had two. I think Pat Priest had gotten replaced, or maybe she was the one who replaced, but I do remember. And then Fred Gwynn went on to have a pretty good career as a relatively serious actor. People our generation may remember him as the judge in My Cousin Vinny.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
And
You Ute?
The Utes. Yes.
And
You
was he not one of the patrol officers in Car 54?
Yes, he was. Yeah.
That was before my time.
You guys watch a lot of TV, huh?
Yes, we did. A lot of reruns.
No,
There's
actually,
a lot of reruns for
we
me.
have a lot of useless knowledge that we will always own up to.
So, as so often happens, the guy who makes the out in the field is the first guy to bat. Salerno swing and a miss.
Wait, who's at bat when that bat is interference? Catcher-
Colby
yeah,
McLean was
yeah.
the one who
McLean?
got called for
Yeah,
interference.
it was a
So-
strikeout, catcher's interference. Not catcher's interference, I'm sorry. Batter's
Batter's
interference.
interference.
And this is Charlie up, you said?
Yes.
Charlie
So is that Fisher on deck?
It is.
Okay. So I think Fisher batted fourth yesterday, didn't he? Or was he fifth?
He might have because
Yeah, take a look.
Charles was not in the lineup.
Ground ball gets through.
That's it, yeah.
It's a single for Salerno and his
Yeah, fit.
first at bat back from, I think it was Orlando, Florida. Is that where they were?
DECA Nationals.
Yeah.
Welcome back, young fella.
Gonna have to find out how he did.
I'll tell you what.
Maybe we can text Jay and find out.
Yeah, if you
I
his
think I have
number,
Jay's
go
number.
ahead.
I'll get on that in between innings.
Was it Jay Bellows?
Jay Salerno, his dad.
Oh, Jay Solano.
Okay, here's your boy Teddy Fisher, Tom.
I'll
Ball
tell you,
one.
this kid Clark's got a nice deuce, and his ball is really tailing.
Yeah, he's gonna be trouble for left-handed batters today.
Yeah.
Coming over.
Back.
Oh, almost
Almost threw away.
You can't do the Texas when you're on the third base side. When your bench is on the third base side, though, right, Tom? A little harder to play.
You can,
it out.
but it's better on the first base.
Yeah, it's a
side.
little harder to act it out. Ground ball going the other way, stopped by the third
nice
base in a second.
play.
He's going to try to flip it and
Oh.
pulls him off the bag.
Wow.
Off the bag.
What a great play.
Great play, though.
If he wasn't off the bag, he would have had a double play there. That was a nice good job in defense.
Who was the Danvers third baseman? Let's call him out. I think he hurt himself there.
Yeah,
It
Hopefully
was
he's
did.
okay.
Chase Richmond.
Chase Richmond,
Yeah,
fantastic
that was a
play.
Great play.
It was a nice pivot by Josh Wodarski over there. He couldn't get the throw. Hung in tight, the runner barreling down on him. So was that a 5?
Fielder's choice, 5-4 on the put up.
This Connolly up now?
We got Connor Connolly up, the first baseman. Tommy, can you tell what his bat is? Well, you were
From
here
the-
the other day, so you may remember from the other day.
No.
What his bat looks like?
Can
What
you
it
see it
looks
from here?
like?
Yeah. Look at his bat. You
Ball
can't see the.
outside.
Can't see.
I get the different colors.
Can't see that it looks like a pencil with an eraser on the end.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you see that?
That was...
It's like a number 2 Ticonderoga.
Oh, man. The world is changing.
That's going to be a foul ball.
Off the house. No, in the backyard.
How deep is this field, guys? You guys ever get the measurements? Like, what's it down the left
I think
field
it's,
line,
I
right
think
field
it's
line?
320 down the lines.
And straightaway center. What's 320 down the line?
Ball in the dirt. Good stop by the catcher. I think it's 320 down the line, and is it 380 straight away? Now, Tommy, you remember the days before that fence was there. You had to really send the ball for a ride.
Like I
to get
said,
a home run.
there were years we wouldn't have put the fence
Sure.
up. There's years we would have put
Yeah,
the fence up.
right. Double
That's a
play.
good call. That's a nice
6-4-3.
defense. Yeah, nice defense. Yeah, why not take advantage, of your strengths and weaknesses? It's your home field. You want to put a fence up, fine. You don't, you don't. So, but they have it up every game, every year, no matter
Yeah,
what.
yeah. Do you have power hitters? Let's put a fence up.
Bingo.
You get a
Like I mentioned that last time I broadcast back in '86 with Linehan's kid and Chris Peters, Jeff Bryson, Dave Cavalley, Kevin McGrath. Oh, would have loved the fence back then.
When I was coaching at Gloucester High, they finally put a fence on that big field. You remember that one too. And
Oh yeah.
a kid named Christian Mackey set the season record, the single season record for home runs. And he was a right-handed hitter. Before that, it had been left-handed hitters because they got that short porch out in right field.
Favara. Not Jay Favara.
Favazza.
Jay, how many did Jay hit? Wasn't Jay a home run hitter?
Yeah, I mean, that was a long time ago.
His brother Kevin worked with me down at Earl's. They both passed, didn't they, Rich? I think they both passed. Yeah, Kevin.
I think so.
Kevin and Jay. Jay was a real good baseball player. Batter lefty.
Smokey was his nickname.
Who was the big kid used to do the scorebook back then? A big kid. Was it Pepe?
Pepe Borge, Alex Borge, great kid, one of the
Oh, I
nicest
loved
people,
him.
one of the nicest people
But Pepe, right?
you would have ever met. Yeah.
Oh, I loved him. Did his parents own a place on the boulevard?
Yeah, the Boulevard Ocean View.
We
Best
sent,
steak tips.
really?
Best steak tips.
They still have it?
That restaurant's not there anymore, but the Azorian in Gloucester
Yeah.
does those steak tips.
Okay. We sent from the high school baseball team. We sent a card, everyone signed, and sent it down to the only address we knew was that restaurant. And I hope they got it. We never heard anything back.
Yep. All right, so we got Logan Travers coming up, the DH. McManus got 4 strikeouts so far. He's at the limit, hasn't given up a base runner yet.
Ironically, both pitchers have faced the minimum after 2 innings.
Yeah.
It's only been. This is the
Yeah.
7th batter.
Oh, it's moving right along.
Yep.
Tommy, Rich, and I are completing the marathon of Beverly High School baseball
I know.
games this
Three
week.
in a
Could be
row.
a record, huh?
I believe there's 2 home games next week as well. Monday against Salem and Wednesday against Masco.
Yeah, well, they had that
And
stretch
then-
of 6 home games in a row, I believe, right? Yeah, if you check the schedule.
That
I
would
think
be
it's
5. I can't remember. Maybe the one we did against Peabody. That was the last
Rock
one.
'em
That
out,
would make
looking.
6.
Yeah, yes. PV was a home game.
So I don't know if they played in between that or not, but that would make 6. Because you and I did that game.
Yes.
Then we did 3 this week, and there'll be 2 next week before they go on the road for the home and home with Salem on Friday.
Yeah, there's your 6.
I think we got
No, Salem's away.
I think we have a home softball game next week as well.
Holy Hannah.
I think.
What day's
I
that
hope
on?
I can go to my day job.
I think that.
Was there a game you wanted me
I
to
think
work
it's later in the
Al,
week. I'm not sure.
for softball?
Yeah, I think that was May 23rd,
Balls in
Friday.
there. All right, we can see a couple of Beverly Little Leaguers right down there. Looks like like someone might have gone to Chipotle.
This is Colby Medeiros, the right fielder, in case we hadn't mentioned that yet.
Look like a good pitch from here.
The Danvers bench is starting to speak up a little.
Guys, I could be going to my first Cubs game. I'm going out to a wedding at the end of the month.
Oh, that would be great. Oh, right back.
He's helping himself out. He'll just flip it over.
Another nice.
PFP, Tommy.
PFT?
PFP.
Oh, PFP.
Pitcher fielding play.
Yeah, okay, I was going to say. Yeah, I've been down to go to the Cubs. When I used to bartend down back then, it was the Stagecoach, Greg's Tavern now. And the Cubs were the only show on town back then. They used to
WGN.
Yeah.
As if
Barry Carey used to announce the games.
Yep.
So they got the whole place in Beverly.
Yep.
So a group decided, I got all these Beverly people rooting for the Cubs, and they're going to go Chicago. I couldn't go. I was coaching Beverly High baseball. So
That's dedication.
my brother-in-law lives in Chicago.
Strike two.
One of his 3 sons is the youngest one's getting married. And we're coming on a Wednesday. The Cubs are home Wednesday night against Colorado.
Excellent.
So he's going to see about getting tickets.
Nice.
Ian and I went to a White Sox game a few years back. Ian was playing in the Nationals for the sport you know nothing about, which is soccer. And we had a few hours off.
Struck him out. Struck out.
Nice job. He's doing a nice job.
He has 6 strikeouts in 3 innings. I agree, Thomas. A nice job. He's mowing him down. I got 12 pitches on that. Or 13? I missed one?
Nope, that's right, because I got him at 38 total.
38,
So
wow.
13, 12?
Yeah.
Yeah, not
Nice.
bad at all.
5 strikeouts. 6 strikeouts.
What's
2
Clark?
innings.
Clark hasn't thrown all that many either, I don't think.
No.
Has he?
No,
We're in the middle of a pitcher's duel here.
Yeah, Clark's at 24 pitches right now. So, Tommy, I had a chance to go to a. I'm sorry, Al, you were talking about the White Sox.
No, you're saying we didn't get to the Cubs were not in town.
Oh, okay.
So we got in there, got tickets, and Johan Moncada? Is that
Yeah,
a
yeah,
guy
yeah.
at the Red
Moncada,
Sox?
yeah.
He hit a home run for the White Sox that day.
He was part of the Chris Sale trade.
And then the thunderstorms came in, and it was Ian and I were down by the right field foul pole, and then we were able to get up underneath, and then the game got rained out.
I got a chance to see the Cubs play the Giants.
Ooh, nice.
My wife got hit by a foul ball
What?
by Mark Grace.
Did she catch it? Did she come up with it?
No,
leave the park with it?
No, we were. So Mark Grace left-handed hitter, so we were down the left field line.
Yeah.
And the ball, she was talking to me, and he hits it, and the ball says, I'm like, heads up, because she was on the other side of me. I couldn't get over the ball.
Yeah.
I had to dive over. I hit the chair next to her, and then it skipped and hit her in the leg. So it wasn't that bad.
Because you had dove to cover the rest of her body, so
Yes,
that's
exactly.
why only the leg was exposed.
Only the leg was exposed. I was protecting her beautiful
chivalry.
face.
Chivalry was not dead.
I was shielding her beautiful face. That's what it was, Al.
Beautiful day.
Jonathan Reyes now, the shortstop. Jay Ray, swing and a miss. Nice little stadium, though. Wrigley.
We're in the bottom of the third already, huh?
Yeah,
We are indeed.
Game's moving along.
Don't talk about it.
So I think I'll wear my Red Sox hat for that Cubs game because Red Sox fans and Cubs fans get along great.
Okay.
I think I'll get more conversation going with that.
All right. Okay.
If I wear my Cubs hat, which I do have, I'm just going to look like a regular Cubs fan. But the Red Sox
On
fan,
the
I think
dirt,
will-
swing and miss.
Oh,
And
he's-
down
ooh.
high, and he's able to hold on to it. And that's going to go down as a K.
It's going to be one of those 12 inning 0-0 games.
2-3.
We'll be ordering breakfast to go.
And we got Peter Carnazzo.
Making his 3rd straight start after his call-up.
Yep. Strike 1.
Another curveball.
Breaking ball in there.
Is there a Capone on the Beverly team?
Carnazzo looking for his first hit.
I don't believe so.
I know there's a Lucas Capone.
Oh, I thought you said Capone.
Outside, ball
Carbone.
1.
No.
Maybe on
Lucas
the JV.
playing goalie, I know, for the lacrosse team.
Ball.
Ball.
2-0. 2-1. 1-2.
2-1.
2-1.
Girls lacrosse is playing over here at 6 o'clock tonight.
Okay.
We were freezing by then.
Okay,
Oh,
walks
all
him
right.
over. That was 3 of them. Okay. All right, so it's a walk.
So that's Beverly's second base runner.
Yep.
Third.
So if you are interested in helping out with BevCam, lacrosse teams are, don't have announcers, so they wouldn't mind having someone who knows something about lacrosse.
Maybe one of the lacrosse parents might want to step up.
That's kind of how we did it, right, Al?
That's how I got involved, absolutely. Not exactly Coach Donovan's favorite sport, but I had to step into soccer. So.
No, it is, like I said before, they didn't have that when I was a kid. So you only played football back then.
Sport. Tom, I've brought Rich along with soccer.
Hit him. Yep. Okay. So Bellew, Jonah Bellew got hit yesterday too. The kid's a magnet.
Hey,
it's a Bellew thing.
On base percentage.
Does Danvers have a base runner yet?
Hit a lot.
No, they do not. Beverly has had 4. Beverly's had 4, though. We had the interference to cause a second out on the steal, and then we had the double play.
Top to the back of the back to the top of the order.
Beverly has 2 hits, a walk, and a hit.
Danny Pierce.
Okay, what
We
think
got
he's
one out here,
going
right?
to put a bunt on here, you think, and move him along, or no?
Swinging away. Guess not.
That's
Again,
what I'm
we
going
talk-
for.
Yeah, you gotta
we
start
talk
thinking
just
about
square
little-
and just square. See,
Yeah, you
see
got to
what they
think
do.
about
PS
a
has
little
good
small
speed.
ball right now.
Yeah, it's good. It's a pitcher's duel going right now.
Yep.
Thinking about playing for that one run.
Danny goes to
That's
right.
trouble. That's
That's
gonna
going to be
drop.
trouble. It's going to be caught.
What
Oh,
a catch.
Oh, nice catch. Got him at
Beautiful
second.
catch.
No.
Oh, he just got back too.
Nice catch by the right
Pierce, you got a
fielder.
job there. Hey, you got to tip your hat.
Colby Medeiros with
Medeiros.
the beauty of a
Great
catch.
catch, Colby.
Beauty of a
The
catch.
second outstanding Danvers play today in the
Terrific job,
field.
Kobe. Good job when you're
And
watching.
that was a tough play for the runners on base, not knowing whether he's going to catch it or not. So you really couldn't get set to tag up.
Great job by both guys on the base pass.
Yeah.
Even though a throw was drawn, Carnazzo got back
Yep.
easily.
Cal McKay, he had a base hit his first at bat. That ball was outside.
And we believe he stole second base and then was called out due to batter interference.
Ball
You don't see. No, this kid's a good hitter. You got him handed away, no question about it. But once in a while, though, you see at third base and where he is with his speed,
Yeah.
you beat off the hit. Now you get your number 3 batter coming up. The base is loaded. And again,
Ball
put
three.
the ball in play.
Yeah.
Makes a bad throw. He's coming around from second to score.
Or you can watch the ball a few times and get a
Good
walk.
walk. There we get the wave up in the booth. Coach
Sean
Sean Dunleavy.
Sean, good man.
The
Does a great job. To try to
Beverly
keep-
High School,
hit him.
another hit by pitch.
Heck,
The
track
base is
legend.
loaded,
You know, if you could have gone out of the way, it would have been a walk. And I'm sure Cal would have rather not been hit by that. But
You never want to get hit on ball 4. If you have 2 strikes on you, getting hit's fine.
yeah.
Oh,
Charlie Silver in the house here.
yeah,
Charlie giving us a wave, Rich. Yeah.
yeah, you don't want to get hit on ball 4. That's for sure.
Okay, here's your number.
It's kind of a
3.
waste. Okay, so we got Colby McLean up.
The best count to get hit on? 0-2.
3, 4,
Yeah,
5 coming
exactly.
up. 3 good hitters here.
Especially if your knees been buckled by 2 curveballs.
Here's we can take advantage of this, guys.
Yeah, bases loaded here. Colby
3, 4,
McLean.
5, 2 outs.
McLean not waiting.
Oh, clock getting ahead in the count,
Can't
which
get
is
it
big,
straight, though.
big for him. 0-1.
So we do have a courtesy runner for Bellew as well on second base. That's going to be a strike.
Yesterday it was Mike O'Leary. Is that him?
It
I
looks
believe
like-
it's
it
him
does
again.
look
Yep.
like him, yeah.
So there is a cross game going on over there, too, and I see referees, so it's not an inter-squad scrimmage.
That's probably a JV game.
Oh, he
Struck
got
him
him.
out with a
Big
breaking
strikeout
ball.
by Clark. Big strikeout.
How did I miss an out?
Right.
The first bat of the game.
Oh, the
first bat of
strikeout.
the inning.
The strikeout to fly out.
Correct, yep, okay. All right. We do have ourselves a pitcher's duel, that is for sure.
18, Rich, for 43.
Okay.
Is that right, or did I miss one?
No, I think I might have missed a couple.
Okay. I'm going to say
43 is good.
25 and 18 is 43.
Okay.
At least it was at Malden High School back in 1980.
On the abacus.
Yes.
So Danvers has top of the order coming up. Jack Kukuru, leadoff hitter. Yeah, it's not so bad. You know, it's a little breezy. It's that little breeze on the neck, right? Because the wind is behind us now. As you can see, the flag is blowing dead straight center field. Someone can get the ball up in the air, and it might get a little help with the jet stream.
Okay, Rich, a little breezy, huh? I just put my winter coat on. I got my hat and gloves in the bag, ready to go. I knew it was going to be like this.
Yep. I left my gloves in the car, but by the way, my car, which I had to park over on Ames Street because some guy decided he was going to take up 2 spots right behind us. I don't know. Could use a.
What do you mean?
Who are the driving teachers here in this town? There's so much space back there.
The guy's got a fire hydrant in front of him. Did you not see the fire hydrant?
Not talking about the guy with the fire hydrant.
I'm being courteous. Let the guy back up. If I go any closer, he's not going anyplace. But into my front bumper. Keep quiet. Where are you from, Gloucester? Jesus.
Yeah, we know how to park in Gloucester. We'll give you. We'll make some space for you to park there.
I used to tell Cahill, you don't eat enough fish down here, Cahill. It's supposed to be smart food, isn't it?
Breaking ball for a strike. Whew, that's a nasty pitch. Even if you swing at that, I don't know if you're going to hit it.
So nice no-hitter yesterday, by the way, for Graham, huh?
Yeah.
Fantastic job.
Another breaking ball in there for a strike.
As we were talking about, he was pulled after 6 innings in the Winthrop game with a no-hitter.
Oh, wow.
Relief pitcher.
His pitch count had gone up.
And it was early in the season.
Yeah.
And,
another breaking ball down.
Cold day, too, probably.
Who came in relief, Polanco, I think, gave up a hit and then got 3 outs, and they
setting up outside. Looks like might be going breaking ball again. Nope, fastball. Fisher makes the
Fisher,
play.
set your seat.
Throws it over.
Strong throw. Nice play by the first baseman.
Beautiful play.
Connolly. Nice throw. Nice stretch.
That was Kukuru, the center fielder, is that right?
Yes.
The leadoff man.
Leadoff man. Now we get Josh Henry up, the catcher.
Grounded out to short, 6-3. Yep. His first at bat.
Come inside. All one. Little chin music there. Coach Cahill doing a nice job getting those balls back at the
good retrieval system.
Yeah.
Nice.
Right.
Ball.
Nice deuce.
Started it
Nice
on the
deuce.
hands and then just broke in.
Yeah, nice deuce.
Ground ball. It's going to be a tough one.
Fisher again.
Charge it. Fisher
Yeah,
making
get
the
your feet
play.
under
Gets it over. Nice
Yeah,
play.
nice throw.
5-3
Nice
again.
job. Yeah, nice job.
Yeah, we see Coach Cahill getting it because our boy William is the bat boy, not a ball boy.
That's
Just
true.
a bat boy.
Yeah, and it's great to have them. They're going to be careful, too,
Yeah,
the little ones.
you don't want to send a...
You guys remember Dusty Rhodes' son in the World Series?
Yeah, yep.
He's playing Major League Baseball somewhere,
Oh, really?
I think now.
Dusty
Wow.
Baker. Dusty Baker's kid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Dusty Baker's son, though, I believe, is playing.
Yeah,
Baseball
I think he
somewhere.
is, yeah. He said Dusty Rhodes. So.
Oh, did I? Is
The
that a
The
wrestler?
American
Dusty
Dream,
Baker.
Dusty Rhodes.
I'm speaking of all that TV watching as a kid, WWF,
Yeah,
not WWE.
right. That's right. Actually, back it was WWWF at one point.
Worldwide Wrestling Federation.
Yeah,
That's right,
yep.
WWF.
Strike
What was the Cub station at?
2.
WGN,
WGN.
out of Chicago,
Yeah,
but also
okay.
on was WPIX, which
right.
had the Mets, and WOR had the Yankees.
Oh, wow.
So growing up, we got to watch Cubs, Mets, and Yankees.
Fisher
Fisher.
kept busy, didn't he?
Busy. And,
Yeah, nice
then,
job,
And then
nice
later
job.
on, WTBS gave us the Braves.
Nice job.
11 pitches I had there, Rich.
5-3, 5-3, 5-3. 11 pitches to give you
49.
49.
Moving right along.
You know, speaking of Dusty Rhodes, he's credited with probably giving the best promo a wrestler has ever given. Talking hard times. It was the son of the plumber and all that kind of stuff because he was probably facing one of the pretty boys and that kind of thing. So, take a look. Check it out sometime.
Hard times?
Hard times, Dusty Rhodes.
I'll give you my professional wrestling story, as I've talked about occasionally, what I call my previous lifetime when I was at BU, covering football and ice hockey there. My first year on board, I didn't do ice hockey and I did basketball. And we went down to play in the Orange Bowl Basketball Classic. Oklahoma and Washington were playing in the Orange Bowl game. We went down a little early because school was closed, and it was cheaper to send the basketball team to Miami than to put them up in the dorms or whatever.
Yeah.
So the first night, we weren't allowed to practice on the floor, and at the time, the University of Miami's basketball team was not what they are now, and they played at the Knight Convention Center. So the first night we got in, we had to practice in an elementary school gym. So the reason why we couldn't practice at the Knight Center is because WWWF was in.
Oh, wow.
So what do I do going down there in the wintertime is I go to the pool. And I go to the pool, and I'm sitting in the sun, and Bobby the Brain Heenan comes with Luscious Johnny Valiant and the guys, and Big John Studd.
Yep.
And they're down there, they got a gallon of wine, and they're sitting around in long pants with their shirts off and drinking.
Talking about guys who could tell a story, right? Those guys were great on the mic. Ground ball up the middle.
Oh.
It's the base. Hit second base.
As soon as the
Made
ball
it
went
tough.
past the mound, I said, please hit the base. And it did.
So we got to give him a hit for that, don't we?
Yeah, I think so. That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
Did that hit the base, or did it?
No, I think it did hit the base and
All
skipped
right.
It must
up
have the
on
way it came up because he was playing perfect. Shortstop
Yeah,
was
he
playing
was there.
perfect.
All right.
Killer Kowalski was my favorite wrestler back then in the day
Tom?
with the claw hole.
Yeah.
You remember the claw?
I do.
Yep.
I saw Killer Kowalski in the Malden Armory wrestle.
You saw him where?
Wrestle in Malden Armory.
Oh, no.
Flip
Don't
over to
play
Wodarski, and they're going to spin the
Oh.
deuce.
That's it.
Second double play.
At least they missed one, right? Because it gives up the base.
4-6-3.
No,
they
they
should've-
turned to 6-4-3 in the second inning. They missed one earlier, but then they got it.
Well, then what happened to get the first baseman was off the bag?
Well, that was also Teddy, but then they got a double play on the next batter.
Yeah,
Okay.
That will definitely.
Is that two pitches?
Two pitches. That will help you pitch count. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Connor was victimized by the double play his last at bat.
Check.
He needs to
swing for a strike.
erase that at bat
Yep.
with his Ticonderoga pencil bat.
You love going with that one. Huh?
I love that.
We're gonna get him.
So this is a new bat that just came out or something else?
We just noticed it
Huh?
earlier in the week.
so we're gonna
They
have to.
they do that a lot these days,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to get him pitching so we can pencil him in.
No
That's a
pun
ball. Two.
Maybe my next bat, maybe I should do something creative like that. They're doing that with wood bats too now.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you guys, you wooden bats for your league?
Absolutely.
Wow, nice.
We can't risk
Yeah,
playing.
the reaction time for the third baseman.
Oh, I know.
Well, you know, back when
Pitchers, too, right?
back many years ago, before they started making them BB core to tamp them down,
Yep.
the reason our league went to them playing in the 28 and overs is we had pitcher break a leg and an arm with rockets back through the box in successive weeks, and then we went
wow.
to we went to wood bats the next year and never looked back.
It's a purer version of the game. Walks him.
Oh,
Yeah. I never hit 500 for a season with a wood bat, that's for sure.
you know,
Aluminum bat, different story.
Yeah. Yep.
Beverly's done everything but score in this game. You know, I mean, Danvers hasn't got a base runner on yet, right?
That's true.
Jonathan Reyes.
They've had the bases loaded. They've had how many? 3 or 4 walks, 2 hit batsmen. Oh, he's going. Steal.
High throw.
We got him,
Got
though.
got him though.
He threw that from his knees.
Yeah. Wow.
That's a caught stealing to end the inning. That really helps Clark's pitch count there. Holds him at 51, I believe.
He's only thrown 51 pitches, and what's microphone?
49.
Wow.
You had him for how many? 8 for 51, did you say?
Yeah.
So both pitches combined have thrown 100 pitches.
You know what, Tommy, you're talking about Beverly's base runners, but boy, he hasn't faced that many guys.
No.
Just 3 over the minimum.
Yeah.
With all of those runners on base, 2 double plays, an interference.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy.
Caught stealing.
Yeah, they've been getting on base. They just can't stay on base.
You know, I neglected to mention, because I think Charlie hit the first pitch up the middle. He was in Orlando for Ducker, as you said, and was competing in, I believe, the business and marketing division. Let me just pull up my notes here, because Jay was kind enough. Sales and marketing was his category.
Okay.
Charlie said it was an incredible experience for him, and one he hopes to repeat next year, getting back there.
Okay.
Where'd they go?
The Nationals were in Orlando, as Rich said.
Oh, okay.
So I think
they
you have to
move around,
qualify
you go
in
to
the
different
states.
places. You qualify for districts, then states, then national, then international. They actually, the kids who won, I think the top 2 in each of those divisions is going somewhere for international.
My son went down
wow.
to the Nationals a decade, 2 years in a row. Atlanta, Georgia, they went to a Celtics Atlanta Hawks playoff game that year. And the next year was in California.
Yep.
I'm drawing a blank where in California it was.
Okay, I think this is Jason Walters, the shortstop.
Yep. He was one of those K victims. That's going to be out of play.
Now that you say Atlanta, Georgia with Ducker, that rings a bell. I think my oldest son, Ty, went to Ducker Nationals in Atlanta.
Yeah,
and one of the other boys who was with him, they were also backed up to the band trip. So they let Ty and the other guy, I don't know if they had a chaperone or they put him on a plane and somebody met him and they flew to meet the band.
Oh,
So,
my God.
so they worked really hard to make it work for the kids. So that was pretty
Wow,
cool.
that was nice.
Fastball outside, make it 1-2 to Jason Walters.
Did you give him driving lessons, Tommy, my oldest?
Breaking balls, foul ball.
No.
No?
I had, well, yeah, I think I did. Yeah.
Ty, right?
Yeah,
I think it is.
Is he not good at parking?
Ty's a fine driver.
Listen, say that again, Al.
Ty is a fine driver.
Thank you.
Fouls it off again.
And I had your daughter, Sarah.
And did you have Bryce, too?
I had Bryce.
So you had
And
Tyler.
that's why Ian was upset, and your wife was
It was
upset.
the only one, right?
Well,
It was the
because-
only one. That's right.
Yeah, and I didn't know who Ian was. He goes, hey, what are you doing to me? What do you mean you retired from driving school?
And you were like, who's this kid talking to me?
yeah, I found later. His last name was Business. I said, oh.
Ground ball.
Oh, Mike, a
McManus
nice
bobbles
job.
It, but he gets it back. Gets him out.
Good field in there.
3.
Awkward ball for him.
Yep.
The angle of his glove brings it to mind. The catch, was it last night or the night before, that the center fielder for the Blue Jays made on Jaron Duran?
2 nights ago.
Yeah.
Wow. That was
unbelievable.
something,
That
huh?
was, yeah.
This
Definitely a highlight.
is-
Folks, if you haven't seen that,
Yeah,
Google that. Take a look at it. Bryson Clark, the pitcher, steps in. No?
No,
Yes?
that was Clark.
Oh,
No, that's right. Yeah, this is Clark right here.
Yeah, Walt is grounded out to lead off the inning.
Messed up in my
Okay.
book. That was strike
And that's another one.
2.
Mike McManus whirling a gem here in the 5th inning.
Economic with his pitches. Breaking ball in the dirt.
Great 0-2 pitch. A lot of yelling there.
Yeah.
Is this a 5 or 6 batter?
They're ready.
This is the 5 batter. 5.
So we get one out.
Cruise that in. Okay.
Oh,
so
I thought he had
that's
2 strikes.
Two.
Oh, that's
Okay.
strike 2. I thought he had 2 strikes on him.
Okay, so is it 2 and 2 then?
Has to be.
Set up outside, breaking ball, right
Ooh.
back at Micah. Takes
Stay
one.
on it, stay on it, stay
Fields
on
it. The pick
Nice
by
pick by
Conley.
Great
Nice
play
job.
all the way around.
Whoops, again. It was a 1-3. Damn.
Umpire's going to check on him, make sure he's okay.
Did
I
hit
know
him
he-
in his
yeah.
pitching arm. Got
Yeah.
him in the
I
back
think
of the
I
arm.
think I'm more in the back.
He's calling Cahill out. I don't like that.
Yeah. Just want to talk to him. It looks
Yeah.
like it got him in about the triceps.
I say he's going to give him a pitch.
I think that that time it was more so that he's allowing him to come out and not count it as a trip.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Yes. No, he won't get charged a trip there.
No, but if the umpire doesn't allow it, then it could be considered a trip. So here, I
Exactly.
think they let him. They'll probably give him a couple pitches.
Yeah. Unless he just doesn't want it.
No, doesn't look like he wants it.
No. I agree.
I would take it just to.
Oh, yeah, I would too.
Just to
Because you got me thinking of it mentally.
yeah.
Or
All right,
he's
so-
like, I'm not thinking this at all.
Yeah, right.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm kind of
done.
grooving, so let me go.
Don't stop me. Let
Yep.
me go. Let me do my thing.
So Beckett Wardarski now, second baseman. High fly ball. I think that's going to go out of play, and it does.
There you go.
So
And here's
Wardarski.
the little leaguers running around to get the ball. I
Yep,
love it.
yeah, yeah. So Wardarski's been part of those double play balls, making a nice pivot on one, nice little flip
Starting
on
to the other.
Yep.
Wodarski, Walters, and Godfried.
High fly ball. That's going to stay in the park.
Come on, Teddy.
And can't get to it. Just that was out of play.
That was out of play because there's a line there, isn't there?
Yeah, I think so.
Or maybe it goes straight back. Maybe that was in play. But he had that
It
fence.
should
to
be in
the
that
play.
was a tough spot right there.
It must go from that fence
If you
straight
draw
back.
the line, you
and
make it
that's-
tough. You know, the line just.
square it off.
I just go to the fence.
It was on the other side. It was beyond the fence.
Right.
So I think the fence might be the spot. We'll see. Setting up outside. Let's see if he goes that tailing fastball. Ground ball foul.
Rich, if you look at your scorebook, do you see any pattern you'd like to tell the folks about right now?
I see a lot of ground balls.
Well, you got a 5-3, 5-3, 5-3
Yep,
in the
yep.
first, then you got a 1-3,
You got a
1-3.
1-3 right
So
here,
maybe
yeah.
he'll ground out to Micah.
Yep.
And that would make you happy.
Oh, instead he goes with the K.
Okay, that makes me happy.
Beautiful ending right there.
15 up, 15 down.
1, 2.
You got 64 pitches, Rich? Do you have?
Yep.
Wow.
I've got, let's see, 7 strikeouts.
Now, Micah's a senior, right?
He is one of the tri-captains here at Beverly High School.
Who's he looking for next year?
I do not know.
So we do see, we've got ourselves a nice little crowd here. Tommy, your boy's over there, Freddie Smuckler.
Yeah. This is grandson Charlie.
Speaking of McManus, here comes Micah's dad, Joe. Maybe if we get him in the broadcast booth, we could find out what he's doing next year.
Yeah.
Which one's his dad? The beard?
Yep. One of the American Legion coaches.
Now, for those of you folks
Okay.
watching and listening, the guy's name is actually Freddie Smuckler, but, you know, the pronunciation. Yeah? Don't worry about it. All right, so as we said, we've got ourselves a pitcher's duel. Both pitchers, pitch counts are pretty down. McManus at 64 pitches, and Danvers
51?
Clark at 51.
And he's going to face J-Ray, Jonathan Reyes, to
Jonathan
lead
Reyes.
off the 5th.
Bottom of the order leading off here. Panthers going to try to make something happen. Ball outside. They've gotten some runners, but they've run themselves into some issues, and a couple other peculiar plays you don't often see. A batter's interference. Foul ball.
Heads up over that way.
I have to imagine if he gets on base, he's going to be looking to bunt him over.
Yeah,
you got to play small ball here, Rich.
Beverly's already been involved in a 1-0 game earlier this year. It came out on the right side of a 1-0 win against Marblehead. I'm not certain that game being on the road, but I think Micah might have been the starting pitcher.
It was on the road, I believe.
In that game as well.
Yeah.
You guys would have announced it if it was here, probably.
Yeah, it was on the road for sure.
Yeah.
The girls were playing softball that same day
Ball 3.
in Marblehead in a
Full
game
count.
that was moved
Right,
from
supposed
the
to be
pit.
here.
They had to move it due to field conditions.
Yep. Okay.
And they lost 1-0 on the same day that the guys won 1-0.
That's right.
It's a Marblehead.
Ball 4. They get a man on base.
All right, here we go.
Rich, you know what they say about that leadoff walk.
Yeah.
I
leadoff
hope it
walks
holds
kill
true
you.
today.
So, speaking of other games in the conference, yesterday Gloucester played Masconomet.
Oh, I saw that.
Game suspended after 9 innings.
Yeah.
And so they're going to pick that one up on Saturday, I think.
Well, they talked about they didn't think it might be sometime down the road because it's supposed to rain all weekend.
It's a ball to Carnazzo.
He was showing bunt there.
Yep.
Both corners were charging. I didn't, frankly, see the second
Yeah,
baseman
second
go to
baseman,
first.
I know.
Did you?
No. I didn't
And
think
nobody
about it.
told him they're running wheel.
Yeah, maybe. Ball got him. No. I thought it hit him.
No, got squeeze go to the backstop, so
Oh.
all the better.
Gonna bunt him over here?
I would.
I
Absolutely.
think you still do. 2 balls, though. So let's see, 2-0. Normally it's a pitch you might take, but if you try
want
to
to bunt
a
the
guy,
ball,
you got to get it down.
Anybody, any place but to the pitcher, Al.
Yeah.
He's
No,
swinging
swinging
away.
away. Jonah Bellew on deck here.
What's the count here?
2-1, I believe.
2-1. Nope.
That hit him? No,
Hit him? No.
it didn't hit him.
Looked like it hit him.
Okay.
Well, you know what?
But you get the runner over
They
anyway.
actually got a break
So,
that it
yeah.
did hit him.
Right. So the runner moved to
But you
third.
know what? That batter should have just dropped the bat and ran the first. And
Yeah.
came that close. Sometimes you got to sell the.
It goes to trickery and deceit again,
Yes,
Rich.
that's
You
right.
got to sell the call. Sometimes
crafty,
they need.
Al.
The crap-
Sometimes they need a little help back there.
That
guys.
crafty devil. the
Sometimes
vet-
they need a little help.
Those rules are meant to be bent. He never breaks them, though.
Win if you can, lose if you must, but always cheat.
Al, would you bring the infield in this early?
Speaking
Not
of
this early?
professional wrestling,
I would only have the corners. Well, yeah, I would. Actually, I would. This late in the game, I would.
Yeah. 5th inning, right?
Yeah. And he draws a walk.
yeah.
So I'm going to
Who
send
we got
him.
here? Is this Pierce
Yeah.
coming up?
No, it
no,
should be
it's Bellew.
Bellew. Let number 9 batter.
Oh.
So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to send Carnazzo.
Yeah.
You got good speed at third.
Okay,
He's
now
going to
this is
have to
interesting.
read if the ball goes through.
All right, you got first and third situation here, right? So you got your different plays. Right back to the pitcher, pump the fake,
right, yep.
right down to third,
Yep. Cut.
you
Have
got-
a shortstop come across and cut it.
cut. We used to call, we had different numbers. One we had was a read with shortstop took the bag and the second baseman came in and he had to read it. He can look across the diamond
And
better
if-
than a shortstop.
And if he's not going, let the ball go through.
Yeah.
And
It's gonna be a good throw.
and
You got a good catch.
I got
you
a
gotta-
question for you, Coach. Offensively, what do you think about a delayed steal at second base?
Yeah.
there?
Listen, I love delay steals. Love delay steals.
So, Al, I made that comment, win if you can, lose if you must, but always cheat. That's another WWE thing. Jesse the Body Ventura.
The ex-governor
Former
of
governor
Minnesota.
of Minnesota.
Yeah.
Oh, they got him.
Oh, he threw it away.
away.
No, he knew. He had him, too.
That ball,
He had him.
Yeah.
That ball
That's
just took off. And there,
Okay, now, I was just going to say, if on a
Wow.
right-hand pitcher, Al, right-hand pitcher, the pitcher goes back to my first base runner, when he comes to the belt, is going to take off really hard. And kids panic. Step off, you know.
that ball, look at it, just got away from him. Sailed over the first baseman.
I'm butting him
Probably
over.
would have had the pickup.
Yep.
Pick off here.
I'm butting him over.
Yep, and he
Good
does.
call.
Oh, beautiful bunt. That's going
beautiful
to be.
bunt.
Oh, what a
That's going to be a
nice.
tough call.
Oh, what's he
no,
doing?
No,
What's he
no,
doing?
No, no. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Base running
Oh,
error. Beautiful
yeah.
bunt by
I'll
Jonah
tell
Bellew.
you, that's a huge,
That
huge
will
play.
go as a fielder's choice for Jonah.
Oh, instead of having first and second with no outs, they got a man on first with one out.
Yeah. Should have
With
been
the
a
top of
second.
the order coming up.
So
Did
what
he
it was,
not? Did he not break when the ball?
didn't break,
and then he
yeah.
broke late.
Yeah.
Is that what happened?
Yep. Okay, so Bellew's going to come out for the courtesy
I
run.
think he thought the pitcher was going to go to first, and he was getting ready to break for
Well, I
third
think-
on the throw.
I think because it was down the third baseline, he hesitated. And
Yeah.
then the pitcher looked
Back.
over, got him leaning. Nope.
You know,
Almost
I
got
can see
away.
that from up here. You know, the pitcher. We used to work on it all the time, and I get on the mound because I was a lefty, and I had a pretty good move, and I used to tell them what to look for. 90% of the time, the pitcher would go the opposite way he's looking.
Right.
Ball outside.
You notice that, Al? You putting the ball, but the
Yeah,
lefty will usually throw the opposite way they're looking.
Slide step in the dirt. Oh, whoops. So this is Danny Pierce now, right?
Here's a good try
Yes.
for him to go to first base again now. Here's where you're trying to get it out. You're behind.
Yep.
Could be going to first here. No, okay.
Ball in the dirt.
3-0.
I think it is.
Green light. I'll take it.
I think you take it here.
I'd be taking here.
Yeah, 3-0, no question.
Yeah, you
think,
got 2, 3, 4, 5 coming up. It's only one out.
I'd throw over right now, but Danny took that one in
All
for a
right,
strike.
no harm. No harm. He's still got to come now. I'm thinking fastball all the way from Danny Pierce. I'm sitting on the fastball right here. Thinking fastball.
Outside,
Outside.
walks him.
Okay. Now, call me crazy. I'm thinking bunt again here. But let's see what the third baseman's going to play. All right. He's got to take him out because it's his second time, right?
You got 3 chirps or 2?
Oh, they changed it? It was always
Yeah.
two.
Yeah, I
he's
think
taking
it
him
was.
What?
Two in
one of
an
the lead-
inning. It's 2 in an inning.
Did he come
Is
out?
it 2 in an inning and 3 in a
Okay,
game?
maybe not.
Oh, was it last inning he came out? This inning? I thought he came out this inning.
I don't know why.
No,
I thought they
it
changed
doesn't
it
look
to
like
3.
someone. It doesn't look like someone else is coming in.
No,
We
no.
do have bullpen action right now, so maybe he's just going to talk for a little bit, let his pitcher warm up a little bit.
Well, I would think the umpire would be on him if.
I would have thought he'd be out there.
Yeah.
if that
He
was
is. He's stalling time. I think he's
15.
second
Let's see. Ibanez is
Yeah,
playing.
here comes the
catch.
umpire now. See? Yeah, he's stalling time. Giving us much to pitches.
So we got-
Number, I think that's Ludi in the bullpen throwing.
Okay. So to recap the inning, Reyes led off with a walk, and then Carnazzo.
And then advanced to second and third on wild pitches.
Yep. And Carnazzo walked as well.
That's true.
And then Bellew got the bunt down. It was a beautiful bunt, too, by the way.
All right. Am I going crazy? Was that his second trip, or was it last inning he came out?
No,
No,
that
because it was first and third. He went out, yeah. Outside.
I do believe it is Cal McKay.
It
is
was,
stepping
yeah,
up.
you're right.
I do believe they changed it to 3.
Yeah,
trips.
that's a.
Yep.
I'm
Must be one of
surprised.
those NFHS things.
Why would you change it to 3? The name of the game is to move the game along.
Ball 2.
I don't know, Coach. I'm just a broadcaster.
Yeah.
Not a very good one
Yeah,
at that.
but everything they do in the pros is they're trying to speed up the game. Amount of time, the pitches. And,
2-0 to McKay. Grooves one in for a strike. Well, he's throwing a lot of balls here. You know, walked a couple guys, walked 3 guys
yeah, his
this inning.
pitch count's going to go up after this inning.
Yeah.
Good pitch right here. Right here. Right here.
Ooh, good curveball.
Ooh. Kind of hung a little bit too, Al.
Yeah.
That was the
I
pitch
think
right there.
Cal might have been looking for a fastball on that one. All right, now you got to bear it down.
Yeah, good point, Rich. You could have been just sitting on the fastball.
Breaking ball.
Nice
goes
hit.
the other way.
Beautiful piece of hitting. They're going to have to hold him.
No,
though.
they're
Hold
gonna
him.
send him.
They're holding
They're
him.
going to send him. Oh, no. Okay.
Smart move.
You know what? I think he was only. I was watching him. This left field's got a pretty good arm.
Yes.
The ball was to him before Michael Leary hit
Yeah,
third.
Third.
So.
It was a good job.
So Cal taking that outside breaking ball. That's what they tell you, right? Hold, keep your hands back,
Yeah,
go the
yeah.
other way. Found that open spot because the shortstop
Good job by
was
Caleb.
shortstop was dealing with the base runner there. Gave it a little bit of space.
Bases loaded, 1 out for Colby McLean.
Strike 1.
Take a good rip. Get your money's worth there, buddy.
That's what you want. Your number 3 batter up
Give it a
with
good
men
rip.
in scoring position.
Colby's looking for contact here. Breaking ball in there for strike
Another
2.
good breaking ball.
Break the game open right here.
Yeah.
1-run game. You got to get at least 1 run here.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying you got to make some contact here. The infield, the middle's back. Struck him out.
Kind of like a half swing there, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't fall through.
I think it was a swing where you're trying to foul something off and you don't fully commit to it.
Yeah.
You don't really want it. So now we got Charlie Salerno up with 2 outs, bases loaded.
All right, good header up here.
Charlie's got 2 hits today. And he's going to get himself
come
another
on, come
one.
on. He's going to hit that 3rd hit.
3
Nice job.
infield hits for Deca Boy.
Wow.
Way to go, Charlie.
Yeah, and he picks up the RBI
Oh, that's huge.
to score the Bellew runner.
Here's my boy Teddy Fisher up.
It's a nice play by the first baseman. Really nice play diving for it, but he had to try to make the play on his own.
Charlie hustling out of the box, giving everything he had.
Yeah.
And of course, Charlie has excellent speed.
Strike.
And there was no way that he was going to get up and get back to the bag.
So it's a strike to Fisher.
There's that hard 90 again.
Yep.
It's a hustle play.
Breaking ball, strike 2.
Get some good speed on second base here, too, on the base, because everybody's moving with 2 outs.
You got good
Strike
wheels
with
out
that.
there. Everybody out there's got good wheels. Breaking ball.
Ooh, good curve.
3 in a row.
Nice deuce. Nice deuce.
But after 5 innings, the Panthers score 2 to make it 2-0.
Top of the 6th.
He
Moving right along.
threw a lot of pitches that inning.
I had him for 29, bringing him up to 80.
Yep.
But still, well, that's the 5th inning, though.
Yep.
Little finals action today, guys. Little appetizer.
Farnham's, they're open for the season, huh?
Then have been for a while.
Oh, have they? Okay.
That's where you headed after the game, Tom?
No, we went there for lunch. It was just an appetizer. Just
What'd you get?
just a medium order clams.
Okay, clams.
Yeah.
So is that your place for clams, or?
It was always Essex Seafood.
Yep.
And then they had the fire.
Yep.
And it was never the same for a
Oh,
while.
really? Okay.
I went back 2 or 3 times. Now they're telling me, though, I don't know, I'm not a clam person, but I think sometimes the fry, they got to get broken in, Does that
Yeah,
sound right,
okay,
Rich?
okay, that
Because
sounds about right.
we went a good 2 or 3 times, and it wasn't the same down at Essex Seafood. And now they're saying it's pretty good again.
Okay.
So we will go back. But I always ask people from Essex, where do you go for clams?
Yep.
And the first thing they tell me is, you don't go to Women's.
Don't go to
the
Woodman's,
tourist
right,
trap.
yeah, exactly.
They go Essex Seafood, number 1, and then you got Farnham's.
Yep.
Blue Mountain's excellent. And the other place that's not there anymore, usually in the corner, they have the big bellies. When you go past the Essex Post Office on your right, the Village.
Yes, right.
They're not there anymore, are they?
No, they're not.
Actually,
No?
ate there the other night.
Yeah, I hear it's
James.
excellent.
It was fantastic. Yeah.
What's it called?
The James at the
What
Village.
did you get?
I got the short rib and ale pie. It was fantastic.
Okay.
Logan Travers, the
So it's
DH,
no clams,
steps to
Rich,
the
right?
plate.
They do. They
Like-
do.
oh, they still clams?
Yep, they do. They
Okay.
still have the Village onion rings too, by the way.
How are
that
they?
was a ball. They're great.
Onion rings, are they beer batted?
Yeah, no, they're like regular. They're like the Essex used to do 'em.
Ooh, come on, get it over there.
The Village, I'm sorry. Danny with the play. 4-3.
4-3.
So, Tommy, you're not a clam box guy?
Ipswich?
Yeah.
No.
Brings up the
They're
right.
not bad. They're not bad, but,
Supposedly they're kind of slow at times because they change their oil often during the day.
That's good. That's good they changed the oil.
Okay, Colby Medeiros here. Now that everybody knows where to get their clams, Al.
This has been North Shore Dining, and now back to Beverly High School baseball.
Now, speaking of prime rib, I hear a place down in Hampton called the Gallery something.
Strike.
They say it's excellent. Remember the Pat Whitney show?
Yep, Pat Willard.
Raved about it.
Okay.
Colby Medeiros made one of the outstanding plays with that diving catch in right field earlier.
Strike 2.
Who did that rob? Danny Pierce.
Yep. Yes,
back
that's
in the
right, yeah.
third.
Ground ball.
Oh,
Connolly.
what a
Make
what
that
a play by Connor Connolly.
That is sometimes one of those
Take
plays
a bow,
you need.
Connor. Nice job.
Yep. That's a heck of a play right there.
Well, not just that,
That's going to be a double right there if he doesn't make that play.
And it's coming off a
You
right-handed
see,
bat.
McManus gave him a nice thank you.
Yeah.
Little double tap of the glove.
All right, so we got Parker Hamill.
This is number 9 batter, right?
Number 9 batter. Going right at him. Strike 1. Strike 2. He's been generous with that outside pitch there on the right.
He has been terrific today. What a job.
Ball.
Ooh, didn't miss by much.
Got away. Got under him.
I'll tell you what, this umpire has been very consistent. He's got a nice strike zone. I like a big strike zone. Make the kid swing the bat.
There haven't been any too many pitches we could complain about, really.
Got him.
Foul it up.
Oh.
And one of the reasons we can't complain about the pitches is we can't see.
Well, that's true. This guy might be messing up all day.
I got to give you a hit.
in the way. I just look and see where the catcher's set up. Fouls that one off. Parker Hamill fighting him off here. 1 and 2's the count. Oh, what do you think? Climb upstairs, maybe? Chasing something? Breaking ball down in the dirt. Belly with the stop. Throwing it down.
Oh, jeez.
They got him.
You know, he's got to get outside more, and I can't hear from here, but he should be yelling outside.
He did.
He
most certainly did. Connor set up in foul ground. He went in foul ground.
Good,
he just didn't fully commit to the throw, but he got it there. Good. I got 12 pitches on that, Rich.
That puts him at 75?
That would be 11.
Okay.
So we'll make 76.
All right.
I like what manager did. You guys noticed him. He went to the dugout, and he waited for every player to come off and gave him a tap of the glove. Almost like, he's throwing something. And,
well, when you're pitching well, you have to get good defense to get any kind of win or whatever. And so he knows, he's got some guys in Connor Connolly making a heck of a play out there.
It's actually warmed up a little bit now.
Well, that's because you have your winter coat on. I think Rich and I are at the same temperature.
Hey, I have my gloves on, too, if you guys didn't notice.
I did notice.
You're going to find out as you get older, the blood gets a little thinner, and it gets a lot colder a lot quicker.
That's why everybody moves down to Florida, right, Tom?
Yeah.
You know what the problem with moving to Florida is?
What?
You're living in Florida.
That's true. I think I'd rather live in one of the Carolinas before Florida myself.
Yeah, I told you, my wife and I went down to Wilmington, North Carolina. It was nice down there.
I told my niece used to live down there.
The only thing is we were down there in April when it was nice, but and actually they told us that it was a little. I thought it was kind of hot. It was like 72, 75 degrees.
Yeah.
Wait, what part were you in Raleigh, right?
In Wilmington.
Yeah. Is that down the beach?
Wilmington's waterfront, yeah. I mean, you got to drive a little ways to get to the beach, about 15 minutes, but it's on a river, so you get, water one way or the other.
That's nice. It's a nice area.
They got some really nice beaches down there, though. All right, so Connor Connolly, who just made that nice play out there.
That's where my son goes for a little vacation time.
Yep.
Living in Raleigh.
Oh, okay. Ball outside. They do have a low-level minor league baseball team in Wilmington. Didn't get a chance to see it. The Wilmington Sharks, I think so.
I've seen the Charlotte Knights play, but I haven't.
A lot of minor league baseball in North Carolina. Carolina Mudcats are down there. Between North and South Carolina, there's plenty.
See if Connor can add to that outstanding defensive play he made last inning. And he is a leadoff walk. The leadoff walk scored last inning, Rich. Yep. See if we can get him home again.
Try to avoid walking that first guy. Okay, it looks like they're going to run for Connolly. Looks like Graham Gavin going to come in.
Wow, going serious here, bringing Graham in off the bench, right?
Yeah, so, we had mentioned Graham threw that no-hitter yesterday. Pitched a gem.
This game only an hour and 20 minutes old, and we're in the bottom of the 6th.
Pierce squares. Nope, that's not Pierce. I'm sorry, that's Reyes. In there for a strike.
Jeez, I'm all messed up here. Okay, that was a Conley walk.
Yep.
Put it in the wrong box.
Strike 2 to J. Ray. Slide step, ground ball back to the pitcher. Throws
it away.
Throws him off the back.
Graham,
Safe.
great job hustling.
Safe.
Reyes will reach on a fielder's choice. And Graham Gavin, pinch runner, is safe on the throwing error.
Okay, so that brings up Carnazzo.
This could be the
I think
third trip.
Clark coming out.
And it looks like
pitcher's coming already.
Ludy's coming in.
Okay. So
And got a feel for Bryson Clark
yeah.
through a gem of a game, but the throwing errors have been the downfall so far. Game far from over, but has resulted in 2 Panther runs to date.
So we get Jason Ludy coming into the game. And so does he come in for Clark? Or
It looks like Clark is staying on the field, I think. So
who came out? Is that Medeiros, maybe?
they're right.
Okay, we got a helicopter, probably from the hospital, I imagine.
It's a med flight?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a med flight.
Looks like a med flight. Hopefully it's nothing too bad. Okay, so Ludy coming in, I think. It's not landing here, is it?
Well, yeah, because Beverly Hospital has a landing pad.
Right, no, okay, so he's going to land at the hospital.
Oh, you thought he was landing on the field?
Initially thinking he was landing.
No, the landing pad
Okay,
for Beverly Hospital is just over the top of high school.
Oh, okay.
So it's incoming.
Okay. So, let's see.
Which would mean that probably something fairly significant.
Yeah. Yep. All right, so I think it was Medeiros that came out of the game, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, it does look like Clark is in right
Yep.
field.
Okay.
I think unless is Medeiros in center now, or I'm not sure.
I don't know. We'd have to look at the bench. Okay, so regardless, we get Peter Carnazzo coming up. No outs. Runners on first and second. Jason Ludy now on the mound.
Bunt situation here, guys? Or
Yes.
Absolutely.
Called strike.
third baseman held. I'd still have it on here.
Yeah. Gets it down.
Nice.
Puts it where
Good
it
one.
needs to.
Beautiful
Ludy
bunt.
sliding, coming off the
Oh.
bag. He's safe. They couldn't
Yes,
make the
foot was
play.
off the base.
Yep. Nice play by Ludy getting over there with the slide. Throw was a little off the bag. And then
I'm scoring that a hit, Rich.
yeah.
What about you?
I agree.
Tom?
I caught a hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Great execution.
And that is Peter Carnazzo's first varsity hit, we believe.
And a big one.
Yeah. Now we get Jonah Bellew with bases loaded.
Joan has been hit,
Almost got hit right there.
reached on a fielder's choice, and scored a run.
Get no outs there, right?
No
That
outs.
is correct. Bases loaded. Beverly looking to
Oh, break it
give
open.
Micah McManus a little more breathing room.
What do we get? 2-0.
Got to get the ball
Two
out of the
nothing,
infield.
yeah.
2-0, right?
Ball 2.
Infield in, all you got to come in now. You got to come
have to
home.
be. Throw has
Yeah.
to go home on the ground ball.
Yeah.
Good.
Strike on the
Here's when you want to be swinging up a little bit, Al, right? As a hitter,
Try to get
get
in
the
the
ball,
outfield.
get
Yep.
the ball up in the air. Infield in makes you a 500 hitter here.
Got to drive it right up the middle.
Don't want to home to first double play.
Ball 3.
3-1.
Does Doesn't have any room to walk a guy.
No place to put him.
Got to just zone it in.
Sitting on the fastball.
Have a good approach. Know what you can handle well.
Yeah.
3-1.
And if it's not there, don't go after it. But if it
Sitting on the
does,
fastball.
commit.
Hitters count. And the pitch fouls it off.
That's a good swing. He committed to it.
Yep. Full count, no outs, bases loaded. Bottom of the sixth, Panthers.
It's a big inning for Danvers.
lead.
If they can get out of this right here,
Yeah.
you know, you're down 2-0 with the top of the order coming up.
Pitch. Bellew
There's
goes
one out.
down on the K.
Big strikeout.
Big strikeout for Jason Luty. That's going to bring us back to the top of the order. Danny Pierce. Pierce walked his last time.
Okay, 1, 2, 3 can break it open here. Again, infield stays in.
Ball.
I think
upstairs.
from a psychology point of view, Tommy, to your point, the Panthers need to at least get a run here.
Yeah, gotta get at
You
least
gotta
one.
get one, yeah.
Gotta get at least one.
You can't give the team momentum going into
No.
to the inning.
Two be
with
nice.
Only a
but
two-run lead.
Definitely gotta get a one.
Strike.
Oh, strike.
Okay.
Inside
One
pitch
and
is where
one
your
to
powers. Turn and drive it.
I think he might be
Pull it down the
thinking of
line.
hitting the ball the other side. Oh, drives it deep. You're going to get the runner tagging.
Yeah, plenty of time.
Left fielder's
Yeah.
under it.
Great job by
Graham's going
Danny
to walk
Pierce.
himself,
Oh,
and Reyes taking
shit.
third on that because
job.
nobody
That's
was
a big
covering
run.
the base.
Good
Big
job by
run.
Johnny, but put my heart in my throat. Making sure
I know,
you'd
yeah.
hate to have the guy
Who hit
thrown out
that?
of
Pierce
third
hit
base.
that?
Danny Pierce with the sack fly.
Clutch. Big sacrifice by Danny Pierce.
RBI.
Good job, Danny. Big run. Big run. Okay, let's have a good day here. Kayla could break it open. The base hit here could score two.
Strike to Cal.
Pull the head out on that one.
Yep.
Yeah, Cal's going to see the righty for the first time today. So
He's all confused now.
Yeah, I like this kid.
and I like this last at bat
Yeah.
where he hung on that curveball
Yeah,
and took
I
it
like
the other way.
this. Ooh.
Ball in the dirt.
Again,
Strike two.
that half swing.
Once you start and then you try to pull it back, you end up with that.
Yeah,
swing.
yeah, right. Like you're playing screeno.
Ball high. So you get Reyes on third. Carnazzo on second. First base, and he fields it clean, and he's
Okay,
got him
so
out.
we got a 3-0 Beverly coming to the top of the seventh and final inning here. Gates moved right along, guys.
So the Panthers pick up one now. It's 3-0. Micah McManus going to come back out to the mound. McManus at 76 pitches. So it's his game to win, I'd say, at this point.
Yeah, Mike has been outstanding, and he will be facing the top of the order as having only faced the minimum amount of batters in today's ball game.
He's got 8 strikeouts on the day and a bunch of ground balls. Ground ball pitcher, definitely.
There's only been one ball in the air.
It was a fly ball to center
fly
field.
ball to center field in the second inning.
Yep. Everything else has been either strikeout or finished in Connolly's glove.
And he will face Jack Kukaro, who has strikeout and has grounded out to third. Josh Henry, the catcher, who has grounded out to short and third. And the third baseman, Chase Richmond, with a strikeout and a ground out to
Girls
third.
play today?
You know, I would have thought so, but I think they would have still been playing. Maybe the game ended. I see Gabby Wickery over there. Gabby doing a nice job getting her way up the hill. Gabby, I think, was down at DECA as well. I think she was one of the participants.
Yeah,
down.
we were privileged to call her DECA projects.
Yeah, right.
They're in their uniforms, aren't they?
Yeah, but they might be practice uniforms. I mean, I don't know.
Could be.
I'm pretty sure that the softball games tend to go quicker, so maybe they're done. I don't know. We'll have to find out.
Oh, talk about quick. How's this one?
Yeah, that's true.
All right,
so
here we go.
We got
He's-
Micah McManus on the mound facing Jack Kukaro here. Kukaro squares. Tried to distract him if he could. That's in a ball. Breaking ball for a strike.
He's been right around that strike zone all day, and that's why he's where he's at. He's been getting ahead of the hitters.
But his ball's been moving a lot. Strike 2.
What do you think,
He's really kind of been moving the ball around, keeping him on there.
I'm throwing that waste pitch. I'm deucing him where it's going to land outside.
Yep, curveball away.
There it is right there.
We got
there
it.
it is.
I don't know that I would have caught that much of the plate with the timing. That's a hell of a pitch.
What I say, do some where you want to end outside the strike zone.
I think that one ended up right over the plate, though, didn't it?
Yeah, it was too good.
I think it started in and broke over. So
we got Josh Henry. He's grounded out twice. Done a nice job behind the plate today.
He's thrown out a runner.
Oh, he's going to bunt it. Fisher making the play. Oh, can't get him.
Dropped it.
Okay, so now that has happened, we can say it.
Yeah.
That was an attempt at a perfect game.
That just broke up the perfect game.
That broke up the perfect game.
In case you just joined us, okay?
And I'm an old school baseball.
That's an unspoken rule.
I am not in favor of dropping down a bunt in that situation. I think that is. I don't know what new school says, but
is that a single or an error?
I thought it was an error because if he catches the ball, if not in the dirt, he's out.
First baseman dropped it, and if he catches it, he's out.
Well, I don't know. Was it in the air to him, or was it?
I call that an error.
Okay.
You know, right? Huh? Good.
All right, so Coach Coach Malay out there to talk to him just to kind of settle everything down because
it's a good move.
Everybody's thinking about it. The pitcher knows he's got it going on.
Yeah.
No
time's a good time to lose it, but better than the next batter after 2 outs. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, the first batter had shown bunt.
Yeah.
But you also Danvers. You're down 3. You're also trying to win a game too. I mean, you're not worried about someone else's action.
No.
Thrown over.
But
right. Al, I know what you're saying about that.
Yeah.
If it's not a close game, I definitely agree with you. But you're trying to get on base.
Yeah. No, I agree. I know what Al's saying too. If it's a 1-run game, a little bit different because you just looking to get on base. 3-0. Yeah, you're usually hitting away.
Yep.
But I'll tell you, I tell him forget the runner. Just go get the batter. No, this kid's not going anyplace. He's down 3 runs. Where's he going?
Get yourself a ground ball. Double
Because watch him steal second now, right?
Yeah.
I would imagine someone's probably going to be warming up right now. I mean, he's at 83 pitches, which he's not
he's going to get this done. He just got to take a deep breath and
fouls it off. 2-2. No, 2-1 the count.
Well, I'm curious to what the home team called because it's the home team.
Yeah, we're not the official book, so
right. We are not the official book. We have it down as an error.
Yeah, we'll have to go back and look at the tape later on.
Yeah,
it was going to be a tough play one way or another, but thrown over.
But if the Beverly book called it a hit, then they had a better look at it.
Yeah,
and they could see that whether if he caught it, he beat the throw.
Yeah,
I thought the ball beat the runner there.
Strike 2.
Nice strike.
2-2. So we saw a no-hitter yesterday. We saw a near-perfect game.
Oh, my God. 2 batters away.
Which, 3 days in a row. Struck him out.
What a hell of a game.
Oops. So that gives us 2 outs now. Jason Walters will step to the plate. Walters going to try to keep this thing going. Give Bryson Clark a chance to help himself out. Strike.
Back,
they got him going.
Yeah.
And they're going to finish the game
without
a man reaching second base.
He faces the minimum amount of batters.
Yeah, exactly, because of that. Exactly. He only faced 21 batters.
3 to 6.
right?
with 21 batters, an outstanding performance. If our scoring holds, it is the second consecutive no-hitter that we've witnessed here at Beverly High School. But that aside, Beverly was coming in yesterday with a 4-game losing streak, turns around with 2 big conference wins, with 2 complete game outstanding performances from Graham Gavin and Micah McManus, and that was an absolute gem.
It really was. What a great job.
Fewer than 90 pitches thrown in 7 innings.
And what was the final strikeout total? Because he had 2 in that last inning. 10 Ks, no walks. And somebody got to teach me about somebody got to teach me what the current unwritten rules are of this great game that I have grown up with and love with a passion. But you're gonna have a hard time convincing me that that is the right thing to do right there.
Well,
now I don't know. Maybe it wasn't put on by the coach. Maybe it was just the batter trying to get on, like you said, Rich, you bring up, the counterpoint. It's still a 3-run game.
Yeah.
But boy, oh boy, I hope that both Books and Danvers and Beverly call that an error.
Yeah.
Because that young man deserves a no-hitter
I
today.
agree.
Well, with the finals being 3-0 now, it's kind of like, let's give the kid the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, absolutely.
He pitched such a great game. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah. Regardless, he gets the win, gets the shutout, complete game. We're going to be seeing his name in the paper tomorrow and maybe on Sunday. We'll probably see some mention of it in the Boston papers. But, again...
Back to 500.
Back to 500. Micah McManus doing the job on the mound. The guys towards the second half of the order doing the scoring. Connor Connolly with the run. Jonathan Reyes with the first run of the game, the winning run. Reyes doing it with his feet. And Jonah Bellew /
Graham Gavin. And let's not forget that play by Connor Connolly, by the way, which if it turns out to be agreed upon no-hitter, that play saved it.
And I just had a Beverly fan go by and tell me what he thought about the kid Button with the no-hitter going.
Is he with me? Is he with me? Is he in my school, Tommy?
1,000%. Not 100. 1,000%.
So anyway, folks, we're going to wrap this up here. Again, it turned out to be a beautiful thing. Tommy, you don't have to go put your toes by the fire.
I'm going to, if I may, just one thing that crossed my mind. I know that Micah's grandparents often listen to our broadcast down in Philly. And if they're watching that today, your grandson did a hell of a job. And hats off to the
back in
family.
Philly, you said?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. All right, folks. Guys. So we're going to wrap this up again. 3-0 Beverly Panthers over the Danvers Falcons. I'm Rich Francis with Al Visnick and the coach, Tom Donovan. We'll see you later.
Good night.